balance. Let's keep that idea in our practice today. Okay, here we go. So find a nice comfortable position on the ground. Starting from the ground is always something that I really favour. And if you do start doing your own practice at home, another top tip is put the mat on the floor and lie on it. And just don't promise yourself any more than that. But often when you lie on the mat, it's like, oh yeah, you remember. It's like you're in a physical, embodied space rather than this very busy, heady space. So that's my top tip. And it's really easy. So we have to make these things easy for ourselves and very convenient. So just, have a little wriggle around on the ground, get your back comfortable, see what feels good to you. Maybe just adjust the position of the legs a little bit. Maybe just give the legs a little roll around just to loosen them up and just to actually become more aware of this body that we have and feel the connection to the ground. We're going to ground ourselves a little bit. And for me, that means becoming physical, or bringing our attention into the physical body, our physical being, our sensual body as well, which is, can be such an enjoyable part of our experience. So just letting the arms be away from the sides, palms facing the ceiling, lengthen the back of the neck, tucking the chin in slightly. Just close your eyes as well. This helps us to feel into the physical body. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils and just have a sigh out through the mouth. Make it audible as well so you can feel that vibration in the body. And then if you feel like it, just notice what's going on in your body. As you breathe, just feel, okay, is there any discomfort? Is there any pain, any stiffness, what's going on, and what parts of the body are feeling different things? And then we're just going to place the hands on any part of the body that feels like it's drawing you. You'll feel it. It's almost like let your hands just hover around your body and think, oh, where's the magnet? Where's it pulling me? Oh, yeah, it's definitely up around here or it's down here. It could be two different places. If you feel it's the feet, you can always bring your feet up towards you. Do whatever you feel you need to. The face, the eyes, could be two very different parts. And just let the hands land on this area and just let them be nice and soft. Just give the weight of the hands to the body. And then we're just going to breathe into the space between the hand and the ground. So we're breathing into the space, in and out through the nostrils. Just give it some attention, give it some breath. Just breathe into the space between the hands and the ground. You might want to place the hands on one area at a time. It's up to you. Do this however feels intuitively right for you. Really just trust your body. The body wisdom is a lot older than the intellect, so it's kind of much more reliable. And the more we pay attention to it, the stronger this instinct, this connection, and this intuition gets stronger. We get more connected to it. So this is a great little practice, just trusting, breathing, feel the ground beneath you. So we don't have to hold ourselves up too much. We can just let ourselves be supported by the ground. Have that sense in the practice today of being supported by the ground. Breathe. Just feeling whatever you're feeling, maybe there's some feelings, some emotions, some senses. Give yourself a little bit of time now just to feel whatever's going on. Notice the thoughts that have been rolling around all day. Maybe there's something that's been nagging at you. Give it some recognition, but without going into it, without letting it grab you and take all yourself away. Just acknowledging it, letting it move on its way. Just constantly letting things move on. Good. Feel free to move your hands if you need to. Just breathing, but really mindfully, consciously breathing into the space between the hands and the ground, giving that body what it needs. Okay. And then we'll just give it a bit more sound. So Again, place the hands, keeping the hands where they are, wherever they want to be. Maybe they want to move again. We're going to chant the mantra Om, one loud, long Om. So this is think of it as being a way to just vibrate the body. So breathe in deeply through the nostrils. Take a moment to notice that resonance, any sense, any feeling that is left by that vibration. Okay. So just bend the knees and let's hug the knees. Let's rock side to side the lower back. Yeah, we're giving ourselves a treat of time and attention and movement. Yeah, really indulge yourself in this. Just move whatever way feels good for your back of the pelvis, rocking around on the back. And then place the soles of the feet on the floor, a nice comfortable distance away from the buttocks and a good distance away from each other. Just letting the feet be comfortably on the floor and just let the knees fall together. So we're going to get into a bit of breathing, but place the hands on the belly to begin with. It's a very gentle, and again, embodying, breathing, kind of paying attention, softening and recovering. Breathing in, lift the arms up, they're coming above the head and they're landing on the ground, but comfortably. It's not a big stretch, this is opening up the chest a little bit, and the out breath, bring the hands back to the body. So we're staying in contact with this body, and we're staying soft and very mindful. Breathing in, the arms come up. The more we can spend a bit of time to get into this body and feel our ground and feel our feelings and feel our breath, then we just build from this and it becomes easy. The ease and the pleasure is intensified and expanded. So good. Sometimes, we actually need to allow pleasure to lead us, particularly if we're very busy, very work orientated people. Breathing out. So just doing this really with the most ease possible. It's like the breath is lifting the fingertips up. We're not even extending the arms. The arms are just slightly bent. So it's comfortable and easy. But we also get this expansion feeling as we breathe in, and this landing the back onto the ground on the exhale. One more of these. Keeping that movement smooth and even. This is the only work really, is keeping the breath and the movement smooth, even and steady, keeping the mind paying attention. This is a mindful practice, breath practice, body practice. And then slide the hands away, bring the arms above the head. We're going to give ourselves a full extension now, waking everything up. Let's take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, push the left heel away on the ground, so the body's going to just easily open up for us now. Push the left heel away, breathe into the left side of the body. And on the out breath, push the heel away and just draw that hand upwards away from the heel and over the head, so we're opening the left side of the body. Let the head roll over so you're resting inside of your right side of your face onto your upper arm there. Keep expanding, keep breathing. The in-breath is we're just staying, maintaining, but we're breathing and expanding with the breath. And the out-breath is where we're just giving that extra bit of effort and pushing the heel away and just gently guiding that left wrist, opening up the shoulder and the left waist. But the breath is doing most of the work. One more breath in, and on the out breath, also through the nostrils, let go. Slowly let that hand slide away. And notice how that feels. Oh, I can feel that in the side of my neck, in the side of my body. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Push the right heel away on the ground. You can relax the left side now. Breathe. Expand. And as you breathe out, push the heel away even more. Pulling gently or guiding that right wrist upwards on the ground and over the head. Let the head roll over. So the left side of the face is just resting on the left arm. Keep breathing deeply, keep expanding on that inhale, particularly the right side of the waist. It's getting very expansive. Enjoy that opening up of the body. Maybe there's some parts that haven't had a little bit of a stretch for a while. Breathe in one more time and release that right arm on the ground. Oh, how different that feels. So we're just going to breathe in again. On the out breath, bring the arms up over the head and alongside the body. Let them rest there. Bend the knees again, hug the knees, rock and roll sideways. And then we're going to just come into another breathing practice. Breathing in, take the knees away. Breathing out, pull the knees into the body, lift the head up to the knees. So we're going to just curve the back now, in a different direction. Still a back bend. Breathing in, take the legs away. Head comes down to the ground. So flat back on the ground and now curved spine as we exhale all the breath out. Upanasana, this is called. If you want, you can let go of the knees. This is always, and if you let go of the knees, let the arms come above the head and then bring the knees back into the body, bring the head off the ground. As long as you keep that lower back glued to the ground, there's no gap. So as far away, you can take the legs right, extend them if you know you can keep that back glued to the ground using the abdominals. Come back to the small little leg on the exhale. So expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale. Small as you can make yourself. Even the tail comes off the ground on the exhale. Squeeze all the breath out. But we're staying with our breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice what's happening. What is happening to your state of being? What is happening to your mind? Noticing where your mind is being drawn to. What is capturing that mind? What is capturing your attention? And just bring it back to the breath. Seeing your breath as an anchor. Hug the knees one more time. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Close to the buttocks this time. Hips width apart. Let's come into a moving bridge. Hands flat down. Still feeling that ground beneath us. As you inhale, lift the pelvis off the ground. Lift the hips high. Knees are going away from you. Chest is coming towards your chin. As you breathe out, you're rolling down the spine. So there's lots of things to take care of in this bridge. A key part is keeping those thighs strong and keeping them level, so they're parallel all the time. Because your knees will want to splay out or roll in, depending how the setup of your hips and back and knees. So that's the work there in the thighs. Also, some of you may prefer to lift the arms up as well. That's always an option. Inhaling, open the front of the body, exhaling. And the extra bit of effort here is keeping the arms and the back coordinated. So just as the lower back hits the ground, the hands reach the ground. So they'll have to move at slightly different speeds, coordinating this. Also, don't forget to keep that chin tightly tucked in. As well as a back bend, it's also a front opening. So think about that as you lift up. Feel the knees are going away from you towards the wall opposite, and feel that your chest is coming towards your chin. And you're opening, the belly is opening up. And you're making that front of the body really expanded. So we're just coming down for the last time, and we counterpose by hugging the knees once more. That's going to feel good. Take the hands behind the knees. Let's just rock along the length of the spine now. Have a little play there, rocking back and forth. Sometimes you need to give a bit of momentum so that you can get up to seated. So give that a try and come up to seated. If you can't manage that, that's okay. Just roll onto your side and come up to seated. Oh, I know, we were going to come into yes, we're in a cat now. So hands underneath the shoulders, spread those fingers wide. Just feel that ground as if you're pushing against a door. Don't forget, those elbows are slightly soft, not locked. Knees underneath the hips, space, flat feet behind. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the gaze, take the chest forwards. And as you breathe out, starting with the base of the spine, it curves underneath. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Once the chin's on the chest and looking back, your eyes, you sit back into the heels. Bring the forearms down, the elbows come down. And then the in-breath begins, and the eyes lead this. So the eyes and the nose are quite close to the ground to begin with, and you just come back up. Very simple. Then the tail tucks under immediately. Breathing out, arching up through the spine. Sit back into the heels, look back towards the feet, bring the elbows down. Eyes come forward, inhale. Feel that lift and that energy from the inhale, and feel that curving back to the ground. So it's a beautiful balance. Here we have some balance between the bright, sparkling inhale, the inspiration, and the more kind of reclusive and just coming inside, the inner life, if you like, on the exhale, coming back down to the earth. So enjoy those different aspects, those polarities really. We feel that with every inhale, every exhale. So we want to try and get a balance here, but also have a sense of the whole thing. So it's not just two aspects. We're trying to make this one movement. So my favourite way of looking at this is like a wave of the ocean, because that's got a cyclical feeling, breathing in and rolling back on itself. So there's no end. The in-breath rolls into the out-breath rolls into the in-breath. Breath is going in and out through the nostrils, so enjoy how the breath fuels the body and moves the body. Good. You feel that lovely spine getting fluid, becoming fluid, and then sit back into the heels. Now, next time you sit back into the heels, just rest back, extend the arms forward, bring the forehead to the ground. Obviously, the option to place the hands under the forehead is always there, and you can always put a cushion behind your knees if you need to. Otherwise, use this position, this opportunity to get some breath, some air into the back body, breathing in. Expand the back ribs. Really feel, imagine if there was wings there. You were filling those wings with air. And then as you breathe out, really empty out. Go to zero. Squeeze the breath out, empty. Like you flatten down and feel yourself sinking down. So it's filling yourself up. And then relaxing, releasing, emptying out everything. Good. So we're going to come into downward dog from this position. So come up onto all fours, keeping the hands at this good distance away. Tuck the toes under on the in-breath. Lift the knees off the ground on the out-breath. And let's just get a bit of length in the legs. So we push the left heel down, bend the right knee. Bend it quite a lot, like as much as you can. And then bend the left knee and push the right heel down. So remembering with this one, all the time, the major focus is really on this back. From the fingertip to the base of the spine, you're making a lovely long line. So keep the tummy tucked in. You're breathing into the chest. And we're just keeping this walking movement just to bring some ease into the body. Movement really helps to warm up. And then just see if you can just hold that for a second. Keep the elbows soft. Keep space between the shoulder blades. Keep the head hanging there. Looking back towards the feet. So strong back to the legs. Now to walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees and let the body hang. The upper body is just hanging, particularly the head. The neck is relaxed. Leave the arms hanging forwards or hold the elbows, whichever you prefer. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Just feel that extra release you get from that sigh out. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Feel the weight of the body is doing the work in partnership with the breath. So now we're going to feel that bit of energy at the base of the spine. It's like a little bit of sparkling energy that's going to make it so easy to lift up through the spine. It's like a little bit of light at the base of the spine is just traveling up. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy. Feel yourself unfurling, uncurling in a beautiful lift up to standing. Good. Okay, so we are standing now. Let's see how this is going to go. Let's just stand with the feet. In fact, just check out our feet. Again, now we're standing, we were lying on the ground, but this is a good way of becoming more embodied. Is feeling the feet, looking at them, lift the toes up, place them down. Lift the heels up, place them down. Feel that connection with the ground. And also a sense of balance, lifting the heels up. This is a great thing you could do every day. Actually put it into your day, just lifting the heels up and down. Great for building balance and also the feet learning some balance. Do it with bare feet, even better. I'm going to just do a little bit of breathing and moving and balancing. So we let the hands open up and we inhale coming up and we lift the heels off the ground, push up off the toes. Hands come together above the head, turn the palms and the palms come down on the out breath. Even nicer way of thinking of this is rather than lifting the arms, just bring your attention into your fingertips. As you're breathing in, think of the fingertips lifting up, meeting and then turn the hands, and the arms just float down very easily. The effort really is in the legs here, as the calves are working hard and the feet are working really hard, but it's the lifting up, lengthening through the body and breathing out. Again, staying with your breath. It takes a bit of time for the body to, and the breath and the mind to kind of come into this harmonious, integrated way that we have from our yoga practice. So we're giving it some time. Notice where the mind is wandering off. Notice what is capturing that very, easily captured mind. Some interesting little distraction. One more, breathing in all the way up. Good, coming down. Okay, let's get some energy into the arms. Something different, makes that nice graceful movement. Little energizer for the arms. Take the right foot forward. Take the left hand onto the left hip. We're just going to let this right arm swing, holding onto the fingers gently. This is one of my favourite little ways of getting some energy into the body and freeing up the shoulders, which tend to get a lot of tension in those shoulders, right? So get a good bit of momentum, and then we're going to go backwards first of all in big circles, making sure, you might want to check actually the circle is okay for you in the space, and then you can get ready, and then you can start just doing these beautiful arm circles. This is a good practice. Beginning the day, if you're feeling a bit sluggish, this is going to wake you up, a treat, and free up any energy that's gotten a bit stuck. And then we just, again, swing the arm. Wow, that feels good. And then we go forwards this time. Yeah, breathe. There's no tension there. We're just loosening it all up. And let the arm swing again. Notice the difference. Wow, this feels like alive. It feels full of energy. Other side now. Right hand on right hip. Holding onto the fingers gently of the left hand. And we're just swinging this arm forwards and back. Getting a bit of momentum. We'll go forward to this one. Just bringing some freedom into that shoulder joint. Good. Breathe though, to keep that fluidity. We're not holding on to anything. And then backwards. Breathe in and out through the nostrils. Trust that the arm's not going to fly off. It's perfectly safe. Wow, yeah, how about that? Feels very, very much more enlivening. Lift the shoulders up, breathe in. Out through the mouth. Good, we'll do that again, a couple more times. Breathing in. Out through the mouth. And again, one more time, breathing in. Out through the mouth. Feet a bit wider, knees bent. Little twists, so twisting on your center. Changing where you're looking, so this is challenging for the balance also, but you feel your feet firmly on the ground, so it feels very supported. You don't have to grip the ground with your toes. The body stays upright there, so even though the arms are floppy, we're not flopping around with the body. This stays upright. There's integrity in the spine, including the head and the neck. The rest of it is just loose, letting the arms swing around. Beautiful for loosening and moving that energy around. And just to wake up a little bit more, right in the lower back, let's get a bit more of that Kundalini energy, that subtle energy, rising up with the spine. So let's get that rising up, get the knuckles there into the lower back. Whoa, brightening up, brings a smile to my face, and to make it even more brighter, let's come onto the chest with the fingers, stiff fingers, all over that chest area. Let's make some sound with that. Breathing in. This is really good for if you've had a few, if you kind of get a bit anxious or worried or any fears coming up. This is a great releaser of that kind of fear. So on the sides. Good. Whoa, that feels great. So we're going to do a little bit of connecting up our energy. Lift the left knee, right hand, other way. Keep it light. The way to keep it light is to not bring the heels down too much, otherwise it's kind of a little bit ploddy. So we keep it light by kind of taking the emphasis, taking the weight onto the ball of the foot. So there's a lightness that the heel meets the ground lightly. And this also, has a little bit of work on balance as well. Good. And we lift the leg up, Again, keeping a bit more weight in the front of the foot if you can. Breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time. Keep it moving. Notice what's happening. Yeah. And then we go out to the sides, left leg out to the side, right arm over the head, so it looks like this. Yeah, breathe. Breathe with this. We're moving with this. We opened up the sides of the body on the ground, so now we're just giving it a bit more movement, a bit more lotion. Motion is lotion. It's a silly rhyme, but it's easy to remember. Getting a bit carried away there. Okay. And let's just finish with, again, just to lift the mood, and because I'm thinking about this, what makes me feel happy is taking that left foot behind, giving it a little smack there. Other arm, left arm goes over the head, so it looks like this. Stay on the ball of the foot to keep it nice and springy, and smile. Why not? It's good to laugh at oneself. Breathe. Yeah, enjoy. So we've got everything moving a little bit more, feeling a bit more lively, and we come to the front of the mat. Okay. Trikonasana. Particularly as we've opened up the side so well, this should feel good. Put the weight onto the left foot, standing nice and tall up, open the chest, step back with the right foot. Square the feet, square the hips, breathe in, lift the arms up, lift the chest. As you breathe out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms, open the heart. Breathing out, reach over to the left and down. Make contact with that lower leg and reaching up with the right hand. So again, this feeling of the shoulder position is key here. The right shoulder goes back and the left shoulder goes forwards. Often there's an emphasis just on that right shoulder, then it feels strain. So the feeling of pushing that hand away so the left shoulder goes forward slightly just makes everything much easier. And the chest is getting that feeling of wanting to connect with the right hand. Soften the knees, don't let them get too stiff. Turn the head to look up at those right fingers if your neck allows you. And just check and make sure your head isn't flopping. Your neck should be in line with your spine. Breathe. Enjoy the length on the right side. Right hip stays back in place. Good. Now use the inhale to come up. You might want to bend into the left knee, like I'm just doing. And lower the arms down on the exhale. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Shift the weight onto the right foot and take a step back with the left foot. Square the feet, square the hips. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, fingers extending away from each other. Breathing out, reach over to your right and down. Meet the leg, the lower part of the leg, or wherever you reach it, the right leg. And open those shoulders up so the left shoulder goes back, away from the ear, lots of space here on the neck. And the right shoulder comes forward slightly. You're pressing against that lower part of the leg. So it's a twist that's happening, really. Slight twist. Space, space, space in the left side of the body. Keep that left hip stronger. This is the linchpin here. Strong legs, but not locked knees, don't forget. Feel the feet, feel the ground with the feet and feel the feet with the ground. Breathing in, coming up. Use the inhale and bend that right knee slightly. And lower the arms on the exhale. Bend into the left knee to spring yourself back with grace and poise to the front of the mat. Lift the heels up, place them down. Lift the toes and place them down. Same, we're going to do a reverse triangle, so we're going to go straight on with that. Weight on the left foot, step back with the right. But then we turn both feet to point forwards, so feet are parallel. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open everything up. And as you breathe out, turn towards your right leg. Breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, that left hand is going to come down to the outside of the right leg. And the right arm reaches up to the sky. And you turn to look up at that right hand. Ideally, we're trying to get quite low down on that leg. So it might be the outside of the ankle. But if you're not there, it's totally fine to be higher up. But it's good to press against the outside of the leg so you get that extra bit of twist. Your knees might start to bend a little bit, that's okay. Just work where you are and don't force or push this at all. It's a strong posture. But just enjoy the twist with your breath. The breath is restricted slightly here, so enjoy that, feeling that difference. Now we're going to come into a forward bend. So we bring that right hand down to the right foot, and then we move the left hand over to the left foot. Okay, bring the fingers to the center, fingertips. Use the inhale to lift the eyes up, lift the chest up, look forwards. Lengthen the spine. Then we're going to come into a forward bend with the wide legs. So now we're going to soften the knees, let the body hang, let the head hang. So we're in a wide leg forward bend, just changing that posture by bending the knees and letting the head go. And we're going to come out slowly, unraveling, lifting up from the base of the spine, leaving the arms hanging forwards, keeping the knees bent, and just coming out slowly. See how that feels, just to give the back a little rest. Yeah, good. Other side now, reverse triangle. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, arms come down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, turning to your left. Breathe in here, and then bring the right hand down on the out breath to the outside of the left leg. As that happens, the left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Again, turning the chest, turning the eyes to look up at the ceiling, pressing against the outside of that left leg. Breathe. It's much more restricted, your breath. So see if you can find the spaces in the body. There's also a bit of balance involved here because you're twisted and you're bent and you're looking up at the ceiling. So it's great for your proprioception, learning about where your body is in space. Now I'm going to bring that left hand down to the left foot, right hand goes onto the right foot. And we're going to bend the knees and let the body hang here. Let the body hang. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Enjoy just that freedom of the back. Let's have a slow sway. So you might want to use your hands to press, or you might just be able to use the shift of weight to the right foot to the left foot. Knees are slightly bent here, so you're just letting the body just swing. And see how that feels in the lower back. Breathe easy. Then come to a stillness. Keep the knees bent. Feel the energy in the base of the spine. Start to unravel. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy. Keep the knees bent as long as you can as you unravel and come up to standing. Enjoy how that feels. Good. We're going to stay here for a minute. And we're going to bring an arm position into this. So we're going to insert the fingers behind the back. Let the arms just rest there. The shoulders go back as we lift the chest. Breathe in. Forward bend. So we're taking the chest forwards. Keep those knees slightly soft. Straight back until we can go no further with a straight back. Then we start to bend the back. Let the hands just rest on the back for a moment. Head is heavy, forwards. Now we're going to take the arms over. Don't worry about how far the arms come over. Just take them to a point where they naturally go to. It's like a biting point. There's a point where the arms go, okay, I'm getting uncomfortable now, or the shoulders rather, will be probably, and the back will be what's complaining. And then just pull back from pushing. Pull back from pushing, it's interesting. But just instead, just let the weight of the arms do the work. And breathe. Breathing. Gravity, the weight of the arms, breathe. You'll probably notice, particularly if you lengthen that out breath, you'll notice, oh yeah, I can feel the arms just kind of, and the shoulders just giving me a bit more space. Now take the hands, still interlinked, on the middle of the back, and just draw a circle on the middle of the back in one direction. Giving a bit of energy and attention to the middle of the back. And then as you go in the other direction, start to feel that's winding you back up to standing. Uncurl, unfurl, nice and easy. Let's enjoy that feeling on the back and release the arms. And we bring the feet together in a nice, easy way. And give the legs a little shake. Yeah. Let's do these little bounces just to reconfigure everything. So the knees are bent. Just let the heels bounce. See how the arms are nice and floppy. And let's let your breath come in through the nostrils. Loosen that up a little bit. So we're going to come into warrior two now. Feet hip width apart. Plant the feet down, take a look at them, soften the knees, lift the chest, bring the hands to the heart center. Weight onto the left foot, big step back with the right foot. Good, let them just check the angle of the back foot. Make sure it's not too much of a right angle or else that's going to be hard for the hip. Get the hips in line, square. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, lift the ribs. Keep that lift as you bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, extend between the fingertips. As you breathe out, you're going to bend into that left knee. At the same time, push into that right heel. And just turn the head to look down the left fingertips. Make sure the shoulders are down away from the ears. So rather than having the shoulders up here, we want to keep the neck long. So the shoulders are down and the chest is lifted. You notice how these two different points move. And it's also when you lift the chest, you'll feel, yeah, abdominals have to work. We're going to move in and out of this actually, just to keep a sense of that movement and balance. Breathing in. Lift from the chest, the heart, yeah. And breathing out, we're coming into that posture again. So every time you come, we're not really coming forward, we're more like coming downwards with the body. But the knee is going forwards, but at the same time we're pushing into that back heel. So go with your breath. Inhaling, lift the chest, exhaling, sinking down. All the time these fingers are extending away from each other. You might want to check down that back arm because sometimes it goes, it will sneak off and hide because you're not looking at it. Breathing in, breathing out one more time, coming into that warrior. Just see if you can sink down a little further. So really strengthening the legs. What will really help you come forwards with that knee is pushing backwards with the right foot because it gives you more stability. You'll find that. And then you don't have to grip the ground with the toes. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arm on the exhale. Bend a lot into that right knee so you can spring back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a little shake, keeping the feet on the ground, just to refresh them. Put the weight onto the right foot. Big step back with the left. So warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Give the hips a little wiggle to find that central point. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Keep the shoulders down, chest lifted. Breathe in, extend the chest, and as you breathe out, right knee goes forward in line with your toes, left heel pushes back. Just find that position, sinking the groin down. You can always use that pelvic floor strength, that mula bandha, drawing up the energy there. Use the inhale to come up, lifting from the chest, and breathing out, sinking down. Breathing in. So the body stays upright all the time. The heart is staying above the body. It's not leaning forwards over one hip, over the right hip. It's staying central. Heart is staying above the base of the spine. Head is staying on top of the body. Everything is staying upright. It's just, the legs are moving. The breath is moving. And so all the time, every time that right knee goes forward, there's a definite strength into the back leg at the same time. So staying active and aware, mindful of your body and breath. That's the last one. Sink into the posture a little deeper. Strengthening that back leg, pushing into the back foot, checking your arms aren't giving up, by extending them away from each other all the time. Shoulders down, chest lifted. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Go and give the legs a little shake. Keep the feet on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. We're going to come into a little moment here with some breath. So bring the hands to the heart center. Standing. This is Tadasana Anjali. So it's Anjali is this mudra, the hands in prayer position. But just check your feet. Just make sure you place them, and the feet are parallel, and their hips width apart. So they're kind of, it's where your legs would hang if you were hanging from a bar, because your hips and knees. So this is your hip joint here. This isn't the hip measurement. We want here, here, and here in alignment. Soften the knees. Bring the hands together. As the hands come together, feel the chest is lifting towards the hands and the shoulders sit back. So we're opening across the chest here. Back of the neck is lovely and long. So you just tuck the chin in slightly so it helps to lift the back of the neck, and a feeling of lift from the crown there. Everything is lifting up. The upper body is lifting up. Think about the position of your pelvis. So there's a slight pointing down of the tail here, strong belly. So everything is engaged. This lift in the chest will help that abdominals engage as well. Shoulders down. Chest is moving towards the hands. Yeah, everything is really engaged. close your eyes for a moment. Notice how it feels. Notice the little shifts that happen between your feet and the ground. Feel the body movements, yeah, how you're constantly having to adjust to balance. And this is the reality, and this is happening all the time. So breathe nice and softly. Feel yourself the mountain. Feet are sinking and sunk into the ground, deep in the earth. And the head is lifting to the heavens, beautiful and open. Soft, easy breath, upright, open, receptive. Yeah, this is a lovely feeling in the body. And open the eyes, and we're just going to move into some breath now. So, breathing out as the hands come down to the ground, and then the hands open up, breathing in. Look up, follow the movement of the hands up to the ceiling, hands come together, and they come into the heart center, breathing out, returning to the heart. So we're just dropping down. Kind of, maybe this is a feeling of connecting with that heart's desire. We started with that idea of being out of balance and actually responding to the heart's calling. What really makes our hearts sing with joy? You know, what is it? Maybe it's just doing this. Maybe it's just paying attention. Maybe it's being together, practicing yoga. Maybe it's playing. Think about all the things and just actually acknowledge that. What is it that fills me with joy, that fills my heart with joy? And see how much of that is in your life currently. Maybe there is a bit of unbalance there. Just acknowledge that. What makes this heart sing with joy? And then bring that feeling into the body when that is actually happening. Yeah, wow, good. Feel that connection to yourself, and maybe even sensing a little bit of connection to all the other hearts. Let's make this the last one. So really open up to everything. Lift up your eyes, watch the hands, stay connected with yourself, stay connected with your heart, drawing that energy into the body. Close your eyes for a moment and see how that feels in that heart space. Good. Okay. Now drop the hands down. Oh, yes, we're going to come into a balance now. So again, got a couple of balances to do here. Yeah. Going to come into warrior balance, so feeling a lot stronger, I hope, for the warrior. We step into the right foot. This is where we're going to place all our efforts and ground, so we need to spread the foot wide, to spread out that weight. And then we start to lift the back leg, keep the hips level. As that back leg lifts up, you take the hands forwards. And you might want to catch hold of some furniture. And we're trying to lift that back leg, and that encourages us to lean forwards. Have the hands together, or whatever you want to do with the hands is fine. But try to keep that right hip down. Don't let the hip come out of place. You can try this with your hands against the wall. If you're doing that, make sure the arms are extended so you get the feeling of the posture there. But you need to lean forwards a lot and need to lift the leg a lot. Breathe, ungrip the toes, breathe, breathe, stay with it, keep extending. One more breath in and release that right leg to the ground. Good effort. So just give their legs a little shake again, keeping the feet on the ground. Just energizing everything again. Good. So other side now. Taking the weight onto the right foot. Step forward into that foot. Put all the weight into that. Maybe I always bend my standing knee. Start to lift the back leg off the ground. Point the toe. Take the chest forward and then take the hands forwards. See how far forward you dare to lean. See how far you want to lift that back leg. And it's also, it's strengthening that leg. So imagine someone's pulling that toe back behind you and the fingers are extending forwards. So it's all about the extension. This is harder work. You're going to get warm, but it will help your balance. Ungrip the toes rather. Breathe, breathe. Breathe deeply. Now lower the leg down slowly. See if you can do that with poise and grace. Bring the feet to the ground. Give our legs a good shake. Okay. Yeah, we've got time for this one. This is a good one. So maybe we'll have a little, actually let's have a little moment for our back. So that we'll come into a ragdoll. So bring the chin to the chest, let the hands slide down the legs, Bend the knees, let the body hang forwards. Bring some ease into the spine. Let the head relax. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Release the back. So again, this is something you can build into your day. Whenever you feel like your back needs a bit of a rest or a rejuvenation, come into ragdoll. Knees bent, body hanging forwards. A few exhales out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, slowly unwind. Imagine yourself a little flower opening up to the light of the sunshine. So it's just natural that you're unwinding and opening up, energy coming up through the body, the face feeling open. Yeah, good. So a little balance, dynamic balance, heron balance. Let's put the weight onto the left foot to begin. We're going to move with this. So we lift the right foot up, we lift the arms up, they meet each other, the hands, and as we breathe out, we slowly bring that foot down. And we're trying to coordinate this. So just as the foot lands, the hands come down, almost meet, you can touch the legs just to remind yourself. Change legs, breathing in. Do this in time with your breath. Lift that knee really high if you can. And let the foot land softly, so onto the toes first and let the heel come down afterwards. So we're keeping this very mindful. Lift the knee, lift the arms, slowly down. We're not gripping with the toes. This is very challenging for your balance. You can always do this with one arm, holding onto a chair. You can do that no problem. So please do that if you feel you want to. Breathing in, lift that knee nice and high. Lower down, moving and breathing, being very mindful. You'll notice as well, why I'm such a fan of balance, particularly moving balance, is your mind is totally occupied. It can't wander off anywhere. It's very difficult because it requires your full attention. So this is why it's so good, and that's often why we tend to come off balance when our attention is off. So yeah, be aware of that. We're going to go one more time each side, breathing in. Lift and breathing out. It's all about keeping everything smooth, steady and even. Balance. One more time, lifting the right knee high up and breathing out. So coordinating that with your breath. Let that foot land. We're going to come down in a squat. Yes, this is what I had planned. Coming down in a little squat just to ease out the hips and the movement there we just had. And again, let the back have a little rest. Let the head hang forwards, hands on the ground there. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Back of the neck getting a bit of a rest there. And opening, letting the shoulders hang forward, the arms, so the space between the shoulder blades is getting a rest there too. Now lift the eyes, lift the gaze. Let's do these little twists. Left hand on the ground, breathing it in. As you breathe in, feel again that the movement is coming from the fingertips. The fingertips are lifting up to the ceiling, and look and watch up, watch the hand. Good. You keep that hand on the ground to keep you secure, and we'll rotate that right wrist. So feel that spiraling upwards. Your wrist is growing up. It's like a vine, creeping up higher and higher. And as we rotate it in the other direction, it's winding back down. And just enjoy the movement of the arm. You can play around a little bit. Yeah, very snake-like. Fluid arm, right hand comes down, breathing in. Lift the fingertips and the in-breath, lift up. Beautiful, graceful arm. Keep reaching towards the ceiling, turning the chest towards that, looking up and rotating the wrist. It's creeping upwards to the heavens, watching it all the time. And then as it rotates in the other direction, it's coming back down. Enjoy the fluidity and movement of that arm and the elbow and reach the ground. So now from here, we're just going to walk the hands forwards, come onto the knees, sit back into the heels, just take a little rest there, coming into the pose of the swan. Actually, we'll come into the pose of the child, sweep the hands back to the arms on the ground. So really this is again, relaxing the shoulders forwards, opening up between the shoulder blades there. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. We'll even get a little bit of extra release here by breathing in through the nostrils, then making the sound with the lips. Just releasing that tension, breathing in. just feels nice to relax. Loosen the mouth and the lips and the jaw. Good. Take the hands forwards, walk the hands forwards, and we come onto the front of the body. Take the arms forwards and just rest on the side of the head. If you want to, you can just put a hand there and rest your head on the side of there for a moment, just to feel the ground. So we felt the back of the body on the ground, feel the feet. Now we're feeling the front of the body, feel the chest. And we can really feel the breath. The expansion of the breath feels more strongly in the front of the body. So you can feel that. So now just extend that left arm forward if it's not there already. Onto the forehead. We're doing the jellyfish, I call this. So as you breathe in, you lift the right arm and the left leg as high off the ground as you can, and you lift the head off, of course, as well. And breathing out, bring the hand and the leg down. Now lift the left arm and right leg. Lift them high off the ground as you can, breathing out. So we're just alternating, breathing in and breathing out. Every time lifting up the head as well, looking forwards, breathing in, breathing out. Strong belly. Good, breathing in, breathing out. So this is great for this diagonals, connections across the body, balancing out, creating more balance and harmony through the body. And our coordination, this crossing, this cross motion helps to re-pattern the energy, get it out of any sluggish sort of patterns it's gotten into. And just filling the body with air. Good, one more. Either side with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, and then just find your way on your back. So whatever feels easiest way to move on to your back. We're just going to finish off with a couple of things. So just hug the knees, have a little rock and roll on the lower back. Good. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Good distance apart. We're going to just do these very lovely, easy spinal twists. Feet a good distance away from the buttocks. Arms extended out to the sides. Palms flat down. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, let the knees fall to the right and the head goes over to the left. So we just do these simple line twists. Breathing in, lift the knees to center, lift the head to center. Breathing out, the knees go down to your left, head goes over to the right. So just follow this pattern, using the inhale to lift up to center and the exhale the other direction. You can do this with your eyes closed, so you can get much more into a feeling, sense of yourself. I would definitely recommend that. Feeling your breath and feeling the body and feeling that connection and that relationship between the two. Just enjoying this lovely, simple, supported twist of the spine. This is almost like just, easing out, defragmenting the nervous system a little bit, just enjoyment. And again, as I was saying, if you want to start doing your own practice, getting the mat down on the ground and lying down is a great way to start. And then if you feel inspired, this is another fantastic thing you can do. I think this is a great thing to do before you go to sleep. This will just slow everything down. It will ease out any kind of little issues you've had in your spine in the day, or sitting or just strain. And your back will feel so happy. So let's just hug the knees one more time. Okay. Put the feet on the ground, slide the legs away. Let's just give ourselves one more full stretch on the ground, just to enjoy our body, just to really feel, how does it feel now? We did one of these extensions earlier on in our practice. How does it feel now? Does it feel easier? Does the body feel different to earlier? How does the breath feel? Is there more space to breathe into? Just notice. How does it actually feel? What parts of the body feel more energized? What feels lively? What feels achy? Just notice what's been woken up as well. And then we'll just bring the hands back alongside the body. And we're going to come into a relaxation. So feel free, if you want to just come into Shavasana. If the chest off the ground is always a good thing to do, place it down. Some of you might need a small pillow or folded blanket underneath your head, please do that. You might want to cover yourself with something. Arms away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. If your back is uncomfortable lying flat, just bend your knees or place the legs up on some furniture. So, feel free. Even have your legs up against the wall if you want to. If you really want to enjoy yourself, why not? Put some space between the feet if you're lying in Shavasana. Chin slightly tucked in so the back of the neck is nice and long. Hold the back feels supported on the ground. Let's take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And do that maybe another 1 or 2 times just to release any last bits of tension in the body. So your purpose now is to focus on your relaxation. That is the aim. So even just for a couple of minutes, a few minutes here, bring all your focus, all your efforts into letting go of everything else other than your relaxation. Give yourself, commit yourself to relaxing. Let your breath be soft. Eyes are closed. Take your focus inwards. Take your attention around your body. Feel your body. Feel the ground supporting you. You can allow the ground to come up to meet you, to support you. You don't have to hold yourself up at all. Let go. Let it go. Feel your body sinking and melting into the ground, melting like chocolate. Breath is soft and easy, coming in and out through the nostrils. Feel the rise and fall of the chest, rise and fall of the belly. Soft, easy, like a sleeping baby. Feel the nurturing energy of the earth element. And feel your feelings. Allow yourself to feel whatever feelings are there. What has been stirred, what has been moved. Notice again the balance of energies, your emotions, and your heart's desire. What does your heart really call for in these times? What is not being attended to? Where is there an imbalance? Just notice that, give it some acknowledgement. Just let yourself rest into that feeling. So we come to the end of the practice, the end of our relaxation. Short but sweet. Sometimes just a moment just to touch on and to fully commit to relaxing is worthwhile. So start to wake the body up gradually, start to move, breathe a little. Just by deepening the breath, it just re-energizes and revitalizes the body. We're coming back from the corpse, this kind of dead place, this sunken place, this totally surrendered place, back to revived, revivification, coming back to life. Feel yourself coming back to life. Give yourself a stretch. Feel this alive, vibrant body once more. And move it whatever way your body wants to move. Stretch the arms and legs, maybe hug the knees. Do whatever feels good to you, what feels good to your body. Give it lots of breath and energy. And maybe roll onto your side. Take it easy. Move slowly. Move slowly. We're coming back slowly. And once you are seated, just ground yourself a little bit, rubbing the arms, rubbing the legs. Look at the parts, look at your body. Say, yes, here I am. I'm here. I'm still here. Face, head. Just giving yourself a little bit of a love shower. Appreciation, gratitude. And we'll rub the palms together vigorously, create some heat and energy, make a fire. And bring that heat and energy and your full attention to your heart space. Again, we've had a coming back to this heart space over and over. Close your eyes. Take your focus into this heart space. How does it feel now? Acknowledge that. And then what do we want to plant in this fertile ground? Your sankalpa, your affirmation intention. So choose your words carefully. Say them to yourself with meaning, with purpose. Yeah. And with pleasure. Good. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for your practice.